What up, guys? This video is gonna be a little different than what I normally do. Normally I tackle world problems or government problems. Today I'm just gonna rant about why we work a 9 to 5, because we shouldn't have to work a 9 to 5. We shouldn't have to work more than 40 hours. But do you know why we do that? Serious question. Do you know why we work 9 to 5s? Do you know why we go in there and bust our ass for not a living wage? It's because society says that we have to. Well, guess what? Right now, that's true. But if we, as a collective, stuck up to all these companies that really didn't give a fuck about us, because let's think about it. You, me, everyone else that works a 9 to 5 or works any job, part time, full time, you're replaceable. No matter what they tell you, you are replaceable. No matter your fucking knowledge, no matter what you do, no matter if you're the hardest working motherfucker in there, no matter if you're the laziest motherfucker in there, we are all replaceable. And we're replaceable within the first 5 minutes or so of us fucking dying. And if you don't believe me, just wait till someone at your work dies or someone leaves, or and see how fast they try to replace that person. They won't try to keep you by means, but they will replace you. We shouldn't. How can I put this? We shouldn't have to bust our ass working 40 plus hours and get nothing for it. Like, how many of us struggle throughout the entire year? Or we live paycheck to paycheck? That's not how it should be. We as a collective, we as humans should be able to work together to get stuff done. And I understand, like, the people that own companies and whatnot, they've put their ass on the line to make themselves, but that doesn't mean that they have to treat everyone else like shit. That's all it is. They treat us like shit and expect us to stay. They expect us to stay because they give us money, and we all get comfortable in the place that we're at, that we just accept everything that they do. We just accept it because we don't fucking care. We do care, but we just get comfortable. That's all it is. We don't want to go out and leave our 9 to 5. We don't want to try new things because we're comfortable. We know we can go in every day, make our money, and we can go home. But imagine you not having to work paycheck to paycheck. Imagine you not having to work for a salary that doesn't cover everything, all your expenses, all your bills. Like, just imagine a world where everyone got paid fair for what they do and you were able to make a living wage. Like, don't you think that would solve most of everyone's problems? Don't you think that being able to pay for things that you need or you want, like, wouldn't that just help everyone out, including the greedy companies that don't pay us anything? You'd have less people complaining. You'd have less people quitting. You'd have less people dying. You'd have less people doing shit they're not supposed to. Because people would be getting a living wage where they could be able to do things and not have to work. Like, they'd probably be okay working an extra 10 hours a week. But because you're not paying people, they care. But that's the thing. We want to care. I don't want you to look at this video and take that I'm saying don't care. Take this video and question, is what you do really fucking worth it? Does this company care about you? And I guarantee you the answer to both of those questions are going to be no. Even though you will have to go back in there Monday or tomorrow or next week, just keep that in the back of your mind. These companies do not care. If they cared, you would have a wage where you would be able to have extra money and everything else. But I've known people work 80 hours a week and they can't even afford to pay their bills because they don't make a living wage. And some people will be like, they'll be like, oh well, if they work 80 hours a week, they should be able to pay other bills. They're just fucking lazy. They're just this. But we don't know what goes on in everyone's lives. Okay? You can't sit there and judge someone from the outside trying to look in, because that's not how it works. You're judging a book by its cover, and we as humans, it's a flaw. Okay? We judge people, it's just what it is. But we are all a collective. We are all humanity. Yet, some of us think highly of ourselves and not of the rest of us, and that's not how it should be. And like I said, this is just a ranting video. It's not really gonna go from... It's probably just gonna go from topic to topic. So, if you got to this far, thanks. But I'm gonna keep going. So, it's like this. Alright, it's like this. Jimmy gets paid $25 an hour. Okay? Riley, over here, also gets paid $25 an hour. Now, if Riley can't do his fucking job, why should Riley get paid $25 an hour when Jimmy does his job and works his fucking ass off, but still only makes $25 an hour, same as Riley? Doesn't make sense. Regardless of the wage thing I was talking about, why do companies keep people that don't do their job? You're wasting money. You are wasting money. Which is totally the other way I was at just a minute ago. But as a company owner, you should know that if someone doesn't do their job, regardless, they shouldn't be there. And then it's the people like me or like you that do our jobs over here, where Jimmy's at. We're like Jimmy, okay? We do our job. We work our fucking ass off. We try and try. We do what they say. We do what they want. And we're not rewarded. We're shoved under the rug, shat on, and squashed like a fucking bug. But then you got the people like Riley that don't do shit. They don't do their job. They make the same as you, and they go home happy. And do you know why? Because they don't fucking care. So, why are we all not like the Riley? But most of us are like the Jimmy. Alright? We need to be like fucking Riley. We don't need to give a fuck, is what I'm saying. Don't give your time to these companies and expect something, because it's never gonna fucking happen. If we all just didn't give a fuck, if we all just didn't go outside to the store, spend our money, go to our jobs for like 1 week, okay? If we all just stood up and was like, fuck you, we're not doing it. Do you know how much the economy would suffer? Because we, as the collective, we as a collective, as human beings, we have that power. But you got the Jimmies. And the Jimmies won't go against the silver lining because the Jimmies have been taught that if I work hard, I can reach the American dream. And that's not true. It may have been true 100 years ago, may have been true 50 years ago. But in the year of 2026, that is not true. Because companies don't give a fuck about you. And you should not give a fuck about the company. And that's really all this rant is. And that's really what's unsaid. And thank you for listening. I do appreciate it. If you'd like to like, sub, comment, you do you. Just remember, think for yourself, trust no one, and find out what's unsaid. Thank you. Peace.